Filing a lawsuit can be necessary, but it can also be all-consuming. In today's video, we discuss 5 things to consider before filing a lawsuit, or rather, suing. Hi YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wupe. On here we discuss things related to law, charity, and we absolutely love God. I hope you remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can enjoy more content like this. Without wasting any more of your time and making absolute use of it, I'll get right into the video. And today we're looking at 5 things to consider before you sue. Straight into the first one. Have you sorted through the emotions that are inspiring you or pushing you to get into this lawsuit? A lot of the times we come across clients who are doing it out of anger, and sometimes they really haven't thought through the implications of what they are about to do. And these are the next 4 summary ones that I will be sharing. So like I said, number 1, have you thought about what you are about to do, and what is the emotion that is leading you to do what you're about to do? And sorting out through the emotions helps you not to make a mistake or make decisions based off of anger or deception. So it is important before you file a lawsuit to sort out the emotions that relate to it. Number 2. Now, the next one is a very common, well-known one. Can you afford to pay for the services of a lawyer? Now, like I said in the beginning, a lawsuit can be time-consuming. It can be all-consuming. Do you have the finances if the lawsuit drags for you to keep paying the down payment on the lawyer fees that may be required for your lawsuit? So finances are a big thing to consider before you sue. Now, in order to find out how much money can cost by estimate into how much a suit will cost you or suing someone will cost you, you go and approach a lawyer who you know, who you trust, to represent you in your matter, and just ask for an estimate so that it will give you a direction or at least an idea into what you are about to get into. There are some unforeseen costs that can arise from a lawsuit, that arise from adjournments. So maybe if your case is out of town, there's the cost of flights or fuel or bus fare, whichever it is that you'll be using. So there's certain unforeseen costs that come with the lawsuit that you may not see, but it would be good to at least get the bigger chunk by estimate from the lawyer who you might be using to represent you in that matter. 3, have you considered how this lawsuit will impact your life? Like I said earlier, there is no guarantee that if you sue today, in 2 weeks, your matter will end. We have seen matters that started as far back as 2016 when someone sued, and we only get a final judgment in 2022. Why? Because these things are not predictable. Granted, there's a lot of law now that is supporting quick dispensing of matters, but life happens, adjournments happen, people die in the process, submissions need to be made, and these things can take time. So you need to also ask yourself, do you have the resources, not just financially, but emotionally, time-wise? And do you have time to be in and out of the office if you're in a job, or shut down your business if you are an entrepreneur or a business person, to always be at court? Because court can run from morning till end of day, and your matter may not always be the first one to be called. It can be someone else. Do you have the time for that? And our next one then would be, have you tried to settle out of court? Now, like I have said, legal cases can be time consuming, emotionally draining, they can be financially draining. So if there is an alternative way, was there a provision, for instance, where you could go to arbitration to avoid the long, tedious formal procedure of court? Did you consider seeing a mediator to help you sort through the problem? If it's a small amount, would you rather not go to the small claims court and sort it out quickly? Or if it is a friendship or a loved one, is it not something you can forgive and forget? Is it not something you can just sit down and discuss and move on from? Or if it is money, have you sat down to break that down in installments, sign an agreement, and see that through? And the last one for today, there is something we call a cause of action. It is not enough to just be aggrieved for you to sue. Whatever offense you think you want to sue for must find itself in the law. Is it a crime? Is it a civil offense? Can it find itself in the law? That's where we go back to point number one, where we said, have you sorted through the emotions that are leading you to sue? Do you have a cause of action? For instance, there's an offense called theft, and then it has elements that need to be fulfilled. Like, for instance, something was taken and kept away from the owner with the intention of not giving it back. So has your offense filled in those elements? If it is an offense, do you have a legal cause of action? That's step one. Step two, while the offense may have happened, do you have enough evidence to help you prove your case? Remember that a court sits as a neutral party, trying to sort through you and the person you have brought to court's issues amicably, or rather with the best sense of justice that they can. So when they sit there, they can't do it with just sympathy. They need evidence. Do you have evidence enough to show the court that you can back up your cause of action, if the cause of action has actually been established? Thank you for joining me again today. Those were my 5 things to consider before you sue. Sort out your emotions so that you are objective in making the decisions. Can you afford a lawyer over the period of time that you want to sue? Have you considered settling out of court? Do you even have a cause of action? And is there evidence to back up this action in order for you to win the case? I hope this information has been helpful. I'm always grateful for a time to connect with you, and I look forward to when you can connect with me and let's share and interact in the comments. Thank you for joining me. This has been Rupe. Bye.